out there on the roads, monitoring conditions. Really quiet out there right now in the Moraine area, but there is a tornado watch in effect overnight, so keep that in mind if you are heading to bed. Storm Team 2 meteorologist Cameron Saliga joining us now with your forecast. And Cameron, what's the status of that watch? How long is it expected to last?
Yeah, that watch goes until 6 in the morning, so you do want to have multiple ways to get your watches and warnings. And I know it might be an old technology, but those NOAA weather radios are quite loud. They will definitely wake you up in the night. So if you don't have one, you might want to invest in one. They're definitely worth the money, as they will wake you up in the nighttime if there are any warnings. Outside right now, all is calm here at the moment. It's not so calm wind-wise, though. We'll have winds gusting up to 40 miles per hour through the overnight hours, but looking dry there on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems camera over 75 just north of Dayton. Wind speeds through the rest of the nighttime dropping down not too far, right around 15 to 20 miles per hour through the rest of the nighttime. And then as we go in the day tomorrow, that's where those winds even increase even more. We'll see winds up to 25 miles per hour, gusting to 45, potentially even 50 in some localized areas. Live Doppler 2 HD, no lightning here as we go into the 11 o'clock hour, as these storms are not really forming as they have been expected to, but there is still some moderate rain there into portions near Springfield and Urbana, near Wilmington as well. And as we zoom on out, we do have that tornado watch here for the majority of the Miami Valley, with the exception there of Mercer and Auglaize County. We have a severe thunderstorm watch up to the north as well, and they are seeing the bulk of the severe weather here as we go into the nighttime. We are expecting a line to form here as we go through the nighttime, and that is where that tornado threat is located. Temperatures here as we get into the 11 o'clock hour, 50s for Richmond and Urbana. Everyone else into the 60s here. As we look at your severe weather outlook through the overnight hours, we'll have the enhanced risk for the southern half of the Miami Valley. And while there is still a chance that we could see some gusty winds and damaging winds up to 75 miles per hour with the stability that we have seen, it is looking less likely here as we go into the nighttime. Everyone else in that slight risk, damaging winds, damaging hails, and you can't rule out a potential tornado or two here before everything is said and done. Future track, this one model not really bullish on the chances of some strong storms as we go into the nighttime, as we do have that stability here into the Miami Valley. The National Weather Service in Wilmington did release a balloon a couple of hours ago and still showed that warm layer into the middle of into the lower portions of the atmosphere, which will help to stabilize and not allow those storms to really fire off too much as they try to form. Now, as we go in the morning hours, that's where things do change. We'll have a line of storms move through. This is where we'll likely see those showers, even some thunderstorms embedded in these lines as well. Could see some gusty winds that could knock down some of your loose items outside. So make sure that before you head in or head to bed, just make sure every loose item outside is secured, because Mother Nature is not going to be so nice here as we go in the daytime. Tomorrow we'll have winds gusting up to 50 miles per hour, but that rain really comes to an end in the morning hours. The cold front will move through early in the morning hours as well. So we'll see the high temperature during the morning hours, 58 degrees up to 60 in some areas, and then dropping all the way to the 30s by the afternoon before that sun goes down. So you do need the winter coat here as we go into the daytime tomorrow, just not for the morning hours. And we do have that tornado watch, as I was mentioning, for the entire Miami Valley, with the exception of Mercer and Auglaize County. So tonight we drop down to 58 degrees, showers, thunderstorms, windy with gusts up to 40, and then 58 for the high tomorrow, with the morning hours being the high temperature. We'll have temps falling, windy conditions, gusts up to 50 miles per hour. The next 7 days here will start to cool down going into Thursday as that cold front pushes through. Only a short period of time, though, going into the weekend. Those 60s look to prevail and return here as we go into Saturday, Sunday, Monday, potentially Tuesday. We could get up to 70 degrees, although our next weather maker models are not doing too well at picking up on the timing of this. So we'll have that here, and we'll cement it as we get through the next 7 days and into next week.